All right, let's jump straight into this. Here's a 272, well used. And this came to me from a friend of mine, and he said, hey, I got a buddy, and he wants his 272 hot rodded. Can you help me out? I said, sure, no problem. Oh, joy. All right, ain't nothing some Ajax won't take off. But when we get to taking the saw apart, well, I find a couple of things. I was like, hey, that's kind of curious. You don't, normally you see some markings of some kind on the cylinder. Usually Mahl or Kolbenschmidt is proud of their handiwork. And he said, yeah, this thing's been rebuilt. Now, I can't say for sure that that's a Mahl or that's just some leftover fake casting, because typically there's some kind of stamp and then there's another something that's up here when it's OEM equipment. But then, and here's the deal, guys. You want to run some aftermarket stuff. Now, in all fairness, the owner of this saw says this was rebuilt for me. Cost him a pretty penny. Said it was all factory equipment. He still has his original Tillerson carburetor, which is nice. I did notice that, there's the black rubber seals on there. So there's another red flag. If they're really husky seals or steel seals, they're going to be blue. You really can't see that through there, but it's blue, trust me. And then I look in here, we talk about this cylinder, and it looks like the piston's kind of been walking around in here a little bit. It doesn't have a ton of runtime since he rebuilt it. But you see the different discoloration there? So I can't get just the right angle on it. There we go. And, the ports don't look so terribly swoofed. And I'm like, cousin, I don't think you have an OEM cylinder here. Let's dig into this a little farther. And typically, you can see some kind of writing on the bearing, and I can't visually see anything stamped on the outer race. Now, I can't see it all, but we're going to split this case just because when I see stuff like this, that isn't the only aftermarket piece used. But I'm going to set you down real quick. Let me pause this, and I'm going to put the piston that came with this mystery top end on, and I'm going to show you something. And this is why some of these kits are good. You just don't know. You just don't know. Maybe you get a good one, maybe you don't. All right, so have a look at this. She's a little roomy. All right. You can see, I'll get you in even closer if I can. And you'll see that, see how much that can move? Let's see if I can't rock it side to side. Yeah, I believe that's the OEM bearing, and the pin seems to be a good fit. So let's set this down and we'll put some side-by-side stuff. So there's our aftermarket. There shouldn't ever be that much float in here. And I think that's why we see the unusual wear in here. Let me slap the OEM piston in here, and I'll show you. And that's what you get. The pin bosses are correct. And here's what, and I'm just going to take a flying guess at this. It's quite possible that this diameter piston will fit multiple applications, so you can use it here and whatever. Or it's just an oversight when they made a copy of a copy. The windows aren't quite the same. We've got longer windows here than we do here. And then let's just look at the jug. you should always see, like I said, some kind of stamping on top, and then you'll see right there, so you got a little laser engraved code. And there's your KS logo on the left-hand side. And then there's your casting dates, whatever. And then it goes for a 272. All right. I love K&S, man. I think they do the best job. This has been machined. This is so, the band's been cut and, you know, haven't ported it yet. So here's our stock factory intake. Nice and wide, nice and short. And that's just a mark in there. I don't know if that's just dirt or whatever. But nice clean casting. Good rough surfaces to, and if you'll actually look at, let's do these to be fair. Look at the height of that upper transfer. It's pretty skinny. You got nice room in there. That seems to be a little constricted. You've got a larger upper. So that's the wrong way. You know, if you want to create some velocity, you know, let this be a little bigger, let that be a little tighter. Just like, you know, the professionals do it, not the knockoff people. And look at the other side. Same deal. And, you know, you see how, you know, this back corner right here has been relieved. So as that charge comes up, it's directed back towards the combustion chamber where the spark plug is. That just kind of drops down. So the flow on this. So I cranked this saw up and it actually ran, but it was so anemic. I was like, you know, that just doesn't run that good. No wonder why he wants performance work. And 272s are nice saws, man. You know, you got a lot of giddy up. The 2 series saws were known for being simple, easy, and high performance from the factory. So anyway, we're going to get that pig cleaned up. I'm going to split the case, new bearings, new seals, just in case. And I'll finish the port work on this, and then we'll take it out for a run. All right, hold tight.